Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. Today is a very special day. This is episode 99, Juan. 99.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And so
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Juan and I met at a networking group and was really intrigued by what you do and really felt the need to bring you in on the podcast today. So Juan D'Argent.
Correct.
Juan D'Argent.
Yes.
I love it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. As we spoke off camera, there is definitely a connection that I have with energy and healing. And when we sat down and talked the very first time, I was very intrigued. I like to learn about things that I really don't know a lot about. And so based on just seeing the passion that you have behind what you're doing, I felt the need to really share, especially as we're going into a very stressful time of year.
Oh, definitely.
The holidays are upon us and people are a little stressed and a little anxious, and so let's help them out a little bit. You are the founder of Energy Connect.
Correct.
And I guess you could also be known as the Unstuck Advisor, right?
Yes,
I love
you
it.
can say that.
I love it. So let's break it down first. Let's talk about energy, okay? What is energy healing?
Energy healing has different modalities, but all pretty much about the same premise that we are all part of the energy. Mm-hmm. We all have atoms and things that goes in our body, and we're all vibrating at a certain vibration. Since atom is not still, they vibrate. And as energy, it's universal. There's one energy, and then it breaks down to different one, and they get not stronger, but lower vibration and lower vibration. As the vibration get lower, it comes from light that we can perceive to something like the table. But basically, they're all the same. It just, the molecules are vibrating at a different vibration. The higher it vibrates, the more elusive it becomes.
Okay.
So, as such, we are all connected. And since we are connected, we can go and tap into that energy and rebalance the energy. It's basically, some people call me a healer, but I'm not. The person receiving the energy is doing the healing. You are your own healer.
Okay.
So if you want to heal, you will heal. If you don't want to, you have that prerogative too.
Right.
I just facilitate that healing.
Interesting. And people that are coming to you for healing, that's physical?
It's physical, mental. I would not say mental, but it's psychological.
Like emotional?
It's emotional.
Uh-huh.
Again, let's go back to the different phase of the energy. Okay. When we are in the body, we feel things. And those feelings are governed by our psychology, right? If your mood, you have a light mood, which is your psychology, you are happy. So the way you will feel will be different, like when something just happened and you are upset or you are grieving. Mm-hmm. So your physiology will reflect your psychology, and your energy will reflect your psychology. So by tapping at the highest level, at the energetic level, we can help the body at the different level, whichever level they are, physical, emotional, or psychological.
I find that interesting. I've heard a quote that has said that it's very easy for you to have a bad day because we are kind of programmed to maybe a little bit more towards the negative side. But if it's that easy to have a negative day, can it be that easy to have a positive day too?
Yes. It's just a matter of switching your mindset. Mm-hmm. And instead of looking, the good analogy is looking at the glass, which is half, and see it as half full instead of half empty.
And people can make that, is it pretty much as easy as just making a conscious choice to be more happy? Is it that easy?
It can be that easy, but it's a learned process. Mm-hmm. Once you learn how to do it, it will become easy. Mm-hmm. And And it all depends on how much of your programming there is. Because since we were out of the womb, we start learning things. So those become our blueprint for life, if you want. So that's, I would say, it's like a programming the computer. It's basically, we are taught certain way and we learn it. Now, since we are programmed, we can erase the program and reprogram ourselves. It's like if you have a computer software that has a glitch in it, you do a patchwork, correct the glitch, and it works fine. We are very, very similar to a computer. And a good analogy to explain things to the lay people is, again, take that analogy of the computer. Everybody nowadays knows how computer works.
Sure. Right. Yeah. And certainly, you know, when you're a kid, you're certainly learning from your parents. Like, you're a huge influence of who you are today is that program that has been programmed into you by your parents and your history. But you're saying that we don't have to let the past define who we are, especially if it was a bad past, that we can program ourselves for a different, better person. Correct.
I never blame the parents, because all parents, I would think, want the best for their kids. That's what they know at the time. And a lot of this paradigm may have served well at a different time. But as we evolve, we need to also change paradigm. Paradigms have changed throughout the human history. The paradigm of the caveman is not the same as the paradigm of somebody who lived in the 1700s, or the same as somebody who lived at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution.
Sure.
And now we are in a different paradigm now, since we have all that information, or I would say maybe the information overload that we have nowadays. So we need to think differently.
Yes. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of things grasping for our attention through technology, through the internet, through TV, through a lot.
Yes. So discernment become the best tool that we need to have nowadays to be able to discern what's best for us. Without, okay, we can sit the whole day looking at some information and still going through it, not necessarily knowing, okay, which one am I going to pick? Which one's going to serve me best? So discernment is one of the critical thinking and discernment, I would say. It's one of the two major tools that you will need to be able to have to move through. And once you discern what's best for you, then you can start thinking, okay, how am I going to, is that in congruency with my thinking? Because your programming will influence your thinking. You learn at a very young age not to touch a hot pot on the stove.
Yes.
That will burn you.
That's right. That's right.
So now we have to think again, okay, is that things that I've learned, or those things that I've learned as a kid or as an adult, or doesn't matter, we learn through our whole life. What is serving me now and what is not serving me now?
That's a great question to ask yourself. Yeah.
So I may have a programming running through that is serving me, but you may have the same programming, but it's not serving you. It doesn't mean that program is good or bad. It's not serving you.
Interesting. I like that. I like that thought process. You were mentioning in the beginning that there's energy healing, but then there's different modalities that come off of that. And one of those is Reiki. Is that?
Yes, I'm as a certified Reiki master.
Master, yes. Okay, so what is Reiki, and what would somebody experience if you were performing Reiki on that individual?
Okay, Reiki is from Japanese influence.
Okay.
And I don't need really to go through the whole history of it, but if anybody wants to know about it, there's a lot of information about it on the internet.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that it's from lineage. I learned from the direct lineage of the person that started it.
Okay. Wow.
And Japanese, they are very peculiar about lineage.
Okay.
So for them, it's very
giving
important.
credit where credit's due.
For them, it's very important.
Yeah.
And so I learned from that lineage, which is Usui Reiki. And there's a lot of branches of Reiki all over the place. And when somebody start having Reiki, it will depend on first, what is it that they want? What is the outcome they are looking?
Okay.
Is it for pain management? Is it because they cannot focus? Is it something that annoying them? Or is it something deeper? All depend on what the individual is expecting to get out of Reiki, the healing they want.
What they're expecting out of it. Yeah.
And a lot of time, people think, okay, if you have a little backache and you know, okay, I work a little too much at the gym, so my back is hurting, I did something a little stupid, one session will be fine. It will relieve that ache and it make you heal a little faster.
Okay.
Without a Reiki session, you may have to go with a backache for a week. Now, having done a Reiki session, within the next day or two, your back is fine. However, if it's something more deeper than it's influencing your psychology, then more session may be required.
Okay.
And a lot of people have that tendency to think that, okay, I'll do Reiki, I'll do one session, I'll be fine. And also they don't understand what is a healing. A healing is more of a shift in your energy. Every time you go for an energy healing, you got an healing, even though the outcome is not the same as you were expecting. Let's say, for instance, somebody come to me with some kind of migraine that's been bothering them for a long time. I'm just throwing things out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And we have a session or two, and they still have the migraine. But down the couple of weeks later, that person in the store have a conversation with a nurse that worked for a specialist that for migraines. And she went to that specialist and followed the treatment, and she lived without migraine or manage a migraine. Most of them will not think, okay, Reiki helped me, but in a way, Reiki helped them because it opened that door. Doesn't mean that that specialist was always there.
Right.
They just were not aware of it. Reiki as a way, energy healing as a way to make you aware of certain things or bring other people in your life that will make you get to the outcome that you're looking for.
Yeah. So is it safe to say that Reiki or energy healing type modalities are good in combination with other treatments?
Oh, definitely.
Or it's not like just do Reiki, don't do this. It's more of a combined effort.
I will never tell somebody, okay, forget what your doctor said. No,
Right.
And again, one, I'm not a doctor, so I cannot diagnose something. They always come with me with something that, either they self-diagnose or diagnostic from a doctor. And even if I can help that person overcome that hurdle that they're having, I cannot say that I provide a cure. Because again, I'm not a certified doctor. I cannot cure somebody.
Right.
I can say you got a healing, which is totally, it's more of a legal, dabbling into the legality of things now.
Okay. Yes.
As a doctor, you cannot, since I'm not a doctor, I cannot have patient, I cannot provide cure and things like that, but I can provide help and healing.
Right. It's almost like a supplement, just one piece of a puzzle that will ultimately combine with other things to help you.
And again, it's help the person get to where they want to be. And let's say you have a cancer patient and they come to you or to me or anybody who do energy healing and ask for help. What that energy healer is going to do is help that person go over that hurdle, that mental recovery, if you want, a lot easier than without that support. It's a mental support, if you want.
Okay.
Since whenever somebody receives an energy heal in most modalities, especially like Reiki and the rest, that person will be in a very relaxed state as soon as the energy starts flowing through. And once they are in that state, which they are more susceptible to heal.
Okay.
So it creates that balanced environment, if you want, for healing.
Gotcha. That makes total sense. You're putting somebody in a state to be able to accept more healing, and make healing more efficient when you're in a more relaxed state.
So if they are doing their chemotherapy, it's like very likely they will have a little less reaction to the chemotherapy. They will feel a little more relaxed, be able to sleep a little better than without that support, that energetic support.
Yeah. I'm sure you work with a lot of people with different ailments, different injuries, different sicknesses, cancer, stuff like that. Is there any one in particular that is more effective with energy healing than others?
No, I would say no.
Okay.
It all depends on the receiver, the amount they want to receive, and how much they believe in themselves that they can heal themselves.
Right. They always say like the mind is a lot stronger than we think.
Yes.
Our body's ability to heal itself is way more than anybody really knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take a simple thing. It's like you cut your finger. You don't think about it. You put a Band-Aid on it. Mm-hmm. The Band-Aid is not the one that's not helping your finger to heal, but 2 days later it's healed.
Right.
Your body heal it
on its
own.
Right.
And it's the same thing, but once we get into bigger or more stressful things on the body, then it takes a little different approach. But the body still do the healing. Mm-hmm. Even if you take medication, the medication is not doing the healing. The medication is helping the body to get to that state.
Yeah. Okay. On your Facebook page, when I was doing my research, one of the things that in your About Me, or you really do a lot of focus with business owners, helping business owners achieve a better level of energy. Certainly there's a lot of, what I'm trying to get at, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of ups and downs. How do you help business owners achieve a better mindset? Would that be, is that a good way to ask the question?
There can be a shift on mindset, and a lot of the time when I deal, especially with business owners and things like this, I use a different modality.
Okay. So not the Reiki.
I may use the Reiki to calm them down or to get them into a relaxed state, but there's other modality that I also practice.
Okay.
And one of it is what is called, I coin it as core resonance process.
Okay.
I came up with that modality. Somehow it was given to me, if you want.
Okay.
And that's where we deal more with the emotion, what you feel and things like this, because that's the hindering thing in a business, with a business person, with a business owner. There's a lot of emotion, all the stress that is causing by emotion that they don't know where it's coming from, emotion from paradigm that they were brought in. If they were not brought in a business environment, going on their own as a business owner, they'd be maybe even the circle of influence are not helping. They said, oh, you should not do that. You should find a job. So all that is causing a lot of emotion. So once we can take we can not take the emotion out, but let the emotion flow.
Okay.
then they be able to handle more things, more stress, if you want, have more energy available to them. Because if we are holding on to an emotion that we don't know where it's coming from and it's causing a loop in our thinking, the energy expenditure is tremendous, because one of the biggest energy consumer of the body is the brain.
Right.
So if something is going in a loop in the brain, in your thinking, all day long, there's
Juan,
a lot of energy being...
Juan, you're talking about me right now. You're talking about me.
There's a lot of energy being expended, not necessarily in the way you want it. So once you quiet that monkey mind, if you want...
I love that you said that. I was thinking that, yes.
Once you quiet that for that particular piece, then all that energy become available for you now to do something else, because your energy is limited all the time. It's not we can have an overabundance of it, but still it's confined to it's like your battery.
Right.
Your personal battery in your body has a limit, like your battery in your car.
Yeah, right.
If you're putting all sort of gadget in, more like a electric car, if you want, it's more analog to that. You put a bunch of gadget in your car that is pulling on the battery, the distance you're going to travel is going to be less. So if you remove those gadgets, you will be traveling more because you have more energy available for you to go the long distance.
And that's what I'm trying to work on. We actually, for those of course that don't know, we actually go to the same gym, and my sole purpose of going to the gym every morning is to prepare my mind to be more healthy in my thoughts. That monkey mind that you're talking about, the constant emotion of worry and anxiety about, where's the next client coming from? Am I going to be able to pay the bills? And in a job like real estate, it's 100% commission. There's no stable income coming here. You have good months, you have bad months, and trying to mentally and emotionally get myself through this entrepreneurial journey is a challenge. And some days I try to lead with gratitude, and I try to focus again on my physical body. That tends to prepare me for the rest of my day. It's like the foundation of what I need to do to be at my very best, not only as a person in business, but also as a husband and a father to 3 daughters. All that stress, all that pressure can sometimes just play with your mind.
Oh, definitely.
And it just, that's the one thing that I struggle with the most. And probably a lot of human beings are the same way.
Yes, and again, once we get that little loop, because it's not a conversation, it's like something that keep going on and on and on and on.
Yes.
It's very hard to break out of it.
Yeah.
And if we go a little deeper, we may find an emotional trigger for that.
Habit loops and triggers. I've heard something about this before.
So once we can identify that trigger, we can release that trigger. That trigger is part of what is blocking the flow of the emotion. We are human beings. We need to have emotion.
Yep.
However, it's most likely that when you were growing up, you're a boy. You cannot cry. You are a girl. You need to do that.
Yeah.
Those are the things that prevent us from expressing our emotion. Our emotion need to be expressed. Emotion need to be expressed. As soon as it's expressed, it flows. There's nothing left behind. So there will be nothing that will trigger it. Somebody get on our nerve or push our button, as we call it.
Yes.
That's a trigger. So that person is not necessarily doing it on purpose, but whatever they are saying, doing, or their mannerisms sometimes, it's something that is deep underneath, that it's bring it back, because that emotion wants to flow. And somehow we've learned to block it, to prevent it from flowing.
Interesting.
And when we get triggered, it's the emotion saying, here, hey, listen, I am here, I need to flow.
Right. But then I think it comes back full circle to what we talked about in the very beginning was, does this emotion, does this feeling serve me?
Yes, if it's triggering you, it's not serving you.
It's not serving me.
So that's one of the way of finding out if it's serving you or not. If you are feeling happy about something, then that's good. But if you're feeling tense or uneasy about something else, then it's not really serving you. There's something there that needs to be addressed that we forget about or we decided not to address. A different way, we are very good at hiding things.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So
and we really don't like to open up too much about those things either. Or maybe even sometimes just have a difficult time defining what is the truth behind what I'm feeling.
And this is how I came up with the core resonance process. Is you don't need to go like with your therapist, try to find out, okay, when I was 6, that's what happened to me. Oh, now I understand why it's doing that. And no, we just, okay, where's that emotion on the body? Mm-hmm. Locate it. The body will tell you where it's located. And we find a process that will release that emotion, that let it flow, not to say release, but release the block, let it flow. And as soon as it flows freely, you come out on the other side with the memory, mm-hmm. but with no emotional attachment to it. Mm. That's the beauty of it. You still have the memory. You don't need to get rid of the memory. If you need to learn from it, you will be able to learn from it. But there's not that emotional attachment that is weighing you down, preventing you from moving forward.
When you're creating that unblock to let the energy flow, is that through physical touch of the body? Is it what you're saying to somebody? Is it like you're reprogramming by what you tell yourself? Is it this button that's right here on my neck that I can just press that button and it goes away? What's that thing that you're doing that releases the energy?
There's two main things that I do when we do dealing with that kind of situation. Is once you locate it, I will help you to locate that on your body. Uh-huh. And once it's located, we will use breathing, okay, which is a very, very useful tool. And then at the same time, I give you that support with the energy behind it. And once you learn the technique, you can go ahead and do it yourself. It may take a little longer than when you have that energy support behind it. Mm-hmm. But once you learn the technique, you can do it yourself. Basically, I'm shooting myself in the foot.
I got to figure it out. I don't have to go see Juan anymore.
But at the same time,
I think you do need it as a supplement to, because
at the same time, I'm giving you the power to help yourself. It's like teach a person how to fish and they will eat for the rest of their life.
Yeah, that's another good analogy.
I like to empower people. It's like, again, not even if I'm shooting myself in the foot, but I come out of it knowing that I've empowered somebody to help themselves. Mm-hmm. You get the tool, you get the ability to help yourself. If you get in a snag, then you said, okay, most likely you will come to me again and say, hey, I'm having a little trouble here.
Yeah, almost like a little tune-up.
Yes,
you know, it's a little bit of a tune-up. I think we could all live better lives if we expanded our mind into what you do.
Oh, definitely. We are energy being.
Yeah.
So once you start getting in touch with your energy, you will see the difference. It's something that cannot be explained. It needs to be experienced. And each person will experience it differently. Like you can sit with somebody and they told you all that thing, like meditation. Somebody will sit down and meditate. They will tell you they were somewhere else or whatever, and then you sit down, nothing happened. Well, your experience is different. Mm-hmm. So you need to come in with that open mind. Okay, what am I going to experience today instead of trying to find an experience from somebody else who had experienced it. And that's, I think, a lot of to do with the mind and body environment is they tend to not necessarily force, but they tend to say, okay, this is what you're going to experience. Yes, maybe, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Because each individual has their own history, if you want, their own programming, their own paradigm. Twin brothers living in the same family will react differently to the same situation.
Yes.
So knowing that, it's like we cannot expect everybody to have the same experience, spiritual or whatever experience, the same way.
It's unique to each individual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a big, I would say, misunderstanding when we go into that field, if you want.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, he's having nirvana on earth, so I should be able to get that too. Yes. Your nirvana, does that mean it's going to be exactly like his?
Right, exactly. Wow. People, as we're shooting this today, it is a week before Thanksgiving. This will probably come out around December the 9th, which means that that'll be right before Christmas, Hanukkah, the stressful time of year for some people. For some people, it's the most wonderful time of the year, as the song suggests, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's others that, for various reasons, get anxious around the holidays. What are some words of encouragement or things that people can do to maybe just have a little bit more of a peaceful energy coming into the holiday season?
One tool that is available to all of us, I mentioned that a little earlier, and we very underuse it, is our breathing, our breath.
How important to stress is our breathing?
Most of us have come to the point where we breathe very shallowly. We breathe with the upper 1/3 of the lungs only. So 2/3 of the lungs is not...
2/3 of the lungs not even filling up.
Or not. They are not. Yeah. They are there just waiting. Hey, I'm here. So because what we use our intercostal muscle to breathe instead of using our diaphragm to breathe. Mm-hmm. So once we start doing diaphragmatic breathing, then we expand our lungs and we have more oxygen. More oxygen means more of that nice thing flowing to our brain. So once there is more oxygen in the brain, our thinking becomes more clearer. We're most likely not to get into that. We'll be able to manage our triggers a little better. And that's why we're told for the right thing is like, stop, take a breath.
Right.
But the way we take a breath depends on how much of oxygen is going to get into to our brain. Mm-hmm. So once we start learning to do belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, then we are one step ahead of somebody else who doesn't know that. And that's something that we all are. We don't have to do anything. It's there. We just have to just make a little shift. Be conscious of how we breathe. And as we do that regularly, then it becomes automatic.
As I'm driving in my car sometimes and I'm starting to feel anxiety, I will take 5 deep breaths, breathing as much as I can, holding it, breathing out all the air, and repeating that 5 times. And it's like an instant, just kind of relaxation technique that...
Right.
Yeah.
It takes you from the flight or fright to what we may call the digestive mode, where things are relaxed and things are digested in the body and the blood flow.
So breathing through the holiday season is the key to maybe a little bit more of an enjoyable holiday.
Now, if you know people, Uncle Bob always trigger me and he's going to be at the function. So this is a different conversation there. We can find out how to release that trigger. And then Uncle Bob can come in and it won't trigger you at all. At most, you may want to give Uncle Bob a hug.
Until he starts talking politics, and then all bets are off. Oh, my goodness. For a person like myself who is entrepreneurial, that's out on their own, they got the highs and the lows, other than breathing, what's the number one piece of advice that you think that you would give somebody just to help them find more energy balance within themselves?
The other thing you could do is exercise. You already do it. Like you exercise, that seems to be something that helps you go through the day. And also have a different, try to make a mindset shift. Everything that come about, take a step back and look at it. Say, okay, am I going through that the right way, or do I really need to do that, or do I really need to feel like that? And those questions are going to bring things that is in your subconscious to your conscious awareness. So once you do that, then you can find an answer to help yourself. And then again, you may want to address it using help from somebody who can help you. But those are little tools that may be available to you at any time. And going back to that breathing, if our listeners doesn't know how to do the belly breathing, it's very easy. One, observe how a baby breathes. If there's a baby around in the family or a friend or neighbor, or put your hands on your belly, and when you take an in breath, your belly should move out, and on your out breath, your belly should move in. Basically, we are doing the opposite.
Right. It's kind of like patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. Yeah. Okay.
We somehow, I don't know how, but somehow we all, it's not only in our society here in the United States, but it seems to be generally over the whole earth, most of the people have learned how to breathe incorrectly.
Yeah.
When you start dancing, when you start singing, you relearn how to do those, because then those are very important things for you to be able to control your breath, control your energy, especially for singers. When they're going to hit that high note, if that lungs is not full, there's no way for them to keep it there.
Yeah. Wow. All amazing things. And, to commend you, there is a certain level of peace and calm energy-wise that I feel anytime that I've spoken with you. I just I'm more relaxed. There's a certain aura about yourself that promotes more calmness. It's weird. It's just a feeling that I get.
It is not. It is something that we all experience all the time. Again, it's very energetic. All of us has an aura, like you said. It's coming from the heart. The electromagnetic field of the heart, we get a little more scientific here.
Not woo-woo. Right.
The electromagnetic field of the heart has a span of at least 3 feet or more from each person. So think about it. If you're standing 3 feet away from that person and the other person is 3 feet away from you, your electromagnetic field, if we are more or less normal and things like this, within that range, they are almost touching. Right here, that table is 2 feet away.
Yeah.
So there's an interlace, if you want, of the energy field. And usually in energy, the higher energy will entrain the lower energy.
And bring it up to that level of energy. Yeah.
Very seldom that a higher energy will entrain to a lower energy.
And you can feel that sometimes when somebody comes into the room and your energy is low and somebody comes in with a lot of energy, you can feel it within yourself that your energy level goes up. It's almost like a thermostat in a room. They bring you up to the temperature that they're putting out, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You hang out with ho-hum people that are, you know, bringing you down, or they create kind of like a negative energy, then you can feel that kind of getting sucked down into that vortex too.
Yes, I'm pretty sure having with your job, seeing a lot of people, the time when you meet somebody, it's like after the meeting, I don't have any more energy.
Right.
They have sucked all that energy.
They sucked it out of you. Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing.
Or there are times when we do it every time. We are aware of it, but we do it unconsciously. Let's say you go to a restaurant. The host will take you to a table, and sometimes you say, "Oh, I don't want that table. Can I get something else?" You just do it unconsciously, but why did you not pick that table? Something there, the energy from that table is not appealing to you at that moment. It could have been maybe somebody was sitting there and they were arguing all the time. You don't know that. You're a real estate agent. How many times have you been in a house where you go in, you feel like,
Yeah.
You feel down, and then it happened that house take the longest time on the market to get sold. Because the energy in the house, we permeate, again, everything around us is energy. So our energy will permeate even an object. Because they also they are vibrating, but they are vibrating at a lower frequency, so they become solid. If we take that table, we put it under an electronic microscope, there's a lot of space in between those things.
Sure, yeah.
But we don't see it because they vibrate at a lower energy, a lower vibration. So if in that house people were miserable, and you don't know how they live their life. They just come on the market and put their house on, and that, especially if they've been there for the longer they are in that state or that frequency, the more the house will absorb that frequency and strike back.
Right.
The same thing happens when you go in a house. It's like, oh, it's a pleasure to be here. That house can be like, need to be painted, need to have things, but that feeling is there. There's people in the house, they were happy all the time.
Yeah. You certainly can get a feel of energy or a vibe from when you go into somebody's house. You can definitely feel it.
You just say the vibe, the vibration.
Vibration. Yeah. Wow. Maybe I need to think more like that when I'm going into my listing appointments. But I do feel like I want to be a positive source of energy for others, you know, and I actually, as woo-woo as it sounds, we're going back to woo-woo, I do say affirmations in the morning to prime myself for the day. And one of those is I want to be a positive, attract positivity towards other people.
Right. Affirmation will work and will not work at the same time.
Interesting. Do tell. Talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to me, coach.
There's one reason for that is incongruency with your paradigm. Your subconscious is the one that controls you. We think we control everything. No. The subconscious, about 95% of the things that is controlled in our body is controlled subconsciously.
Yes.
So if, let's say, every morning you said, I'm going to be rich.
Right.
And there's something you learn, a paradigm that you have, or is like, no, rich always bring trouble. Richness will bring trouble. If I become rich, I will lose all my friends. Something like that.
Sure.
And you have that in your subconscious mind, and you saying to yourself, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. The subconscious mind going to say, yeah.
Right. Yeah. You definitely have to align what you believe to be true to your
belief
actions.
System need to be reprogrammed if you want. And then once you start doing the affirmation, then it start working. Because then your belief system and your affirmation is in congruency. So they match, and they can bring that energy out. And that energy out you will have it in your field that is around you, and that's how you attract what you want. If it works all the time, 100% of the time, everybody around us would be very happy.
Right. And rich. And yeah. But I genuinely do believe in that, so long as you back it up with action. You know, you say, I want to be a millionaire, but you don't do anything to, and then what does a millionaire really mean anyway?
Yes.
What is the ultimate goal for peacefulness and happiness? You know, if you can be miserable with lots of money.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
there's a saying that sometimes money just bring you a bigger prison. You get a bigger house, a bigger thing, but there's no fulfillment there.
Yeah.
Again, it all depends on the way you think, with the programming that is running behind in your subconscious mind. All these can be tweaked and changed, make it align to your goals. And once they're aligned, then things will start coming to you. Does that mean it wasn't there before? It's the same thing, like it become to your awareness. Mm-hmm. Your awareness become open to it at that point. So it was always there, you just did not see it.
Yeah. Fascinating. If people have physical, mental, emotional, some kind of trauma in their life, they need help, how can people connect with you?
They can find me on Facebook right now because my website is down. I am revamping it.
Okay, very good. Very good.
You can find me on Facebook, or if they have my card, they can give me a call.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
It is my pleasure.
I again, very intriguing person, a source of positive energy. You're doing a lot of great things, and definitely want to connect people with people who are making a difference in the lives of others, and you're certainly doing that. Thank you. Yeah. Wow.
It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah. I appreciate it very much. Please follow Juan on social media, on Facebook, and then when he gets his website back up, we can certainly follow him on that as well. You can connect with us also on Facebook and Instagram at The Markland Advantage. If you're listening to this on Apple and Spotify, you can watch it on YouTube, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple and Spotify and listen to it on your ride into work and learn a little bit about people and that are making a difference. And this gentleman here certainly has done that. So thank you so much for coming in today, Juan. Juan D'Argent with Energy Connect. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bless you.
Thank you. Did you like this episode of the TMA Connection? Well, you might want to check this one out right here. Go ahead, click it.